man with a mustache.
Hey.
I don't know. Choke. I don't care.
In line. It ain't about the pasta.
I am the devil, and don't you forget it.
Poo-poo head. Both of you, poo-poo heads.
He hung a TV on the wall in under 7 minutes. I timed him.
Not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
Everybody here has not been working on their summer body.
Leave him alone. He's a battered wife. Look at him.
You hate it, well, you're not important enough to hate. Sit down. I'm smarter than you, I'm cooler than you, I'm prettier than you. Get the over it and move on with your life.
Do you want to say something? You want to say something to the people? Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Editing Trisha here. If you are just tuning in, I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a little section at the beginning where Stan, the cat featured at the beginning of this clip, is sitting on my microphone, and I didn't realize it for probably a good 2 minutes. So I do apologize for any weird audio you might hear in that time. That is just cat purrs. So, anyway, enjoy the episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Real House People of Reality TV.
Hi.
I'm Trisha, your reality TV Gen Z virgin.
Not really anymore. You're on to your, second. I guess if, we're counting seasons as people.
Yeah.
You're used.
Thanks.
And I'm Amber. Hi.
Yep. So before we started, I asked Amber to pick a number between 1 and 4, and she picked 3. So, well, actually, originally
Technically, I picked 7 first.
I was going to leave that out to make
because I was
sound
caught off
better.
guard because you always say between 1 and 10, and
I don't
7's my
have
go-to.
that many.
So you said 1 and then I said 7,
Yeah.
as you were saying.
And
4.
then you said 3.
Yeah.
So my fun fact for today is that I found 2 dildos on an electrical box outside of my work. 2. A pink one and a brown one.
Well, you can't have just one.
The pink one has mysteriously disappeared, but as of Friday last week, the brown one was still there.
I would have taken the pink one first. I wouldn't take any, to be clear. Oh my god, ew. But it was a nice shade of pink.
It was. I did take a picture and send it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, it's as pretty as a fake penis can be, I guess. But I liked the color. Anyway.
And it's very weird when it rains.
Yes.
Because it starts to drip off of the tip of the brown one.
Ew.
Because of the way it's positioned.
Well, sometimes wieners leak.
I know. It's just weird.
You know the line in Clarabow where it says, "You look like Clarabow or Taylor Swift or Stevie Nicks
Mm-hmm.
right now. You look like the Nutcracker in this light." I don't know why. The way the shadows are hitting you.
I look like the
You have
Nutcracker.
2 shadows right here at your jowl line. Is it a jowl line? And
I don't.
you have 2 shadows right here, so when you talk, they move like the Nutcracker, and it's really interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I have redone my office. Amber, what do you think?
I like it. It looks more rectangle.
Thanks.
I like
It's cozy.
rectangles.
It's cozy in here.
It is cozy.
I put
And I like that
photos.
now when I come over, I'm sitting right by the window, so if I get hot, I can just stick my face out.
Right? And I have the window open for you. But I
Thank
also
you.
lit a candle so it smells nice.
It does smell nice.
And there's jazzy.
Pretty as ever.
All right, Amber. What's your fun fact?
My fun fact is my favorite Avenger, in the spirit of Trisha. My favorite Avenger is Iron Man, Mr. Tony Hawk himself. Wait! No! Okay, well, I admire Tony Hawk as well. I meant Tony Stark. Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. Well, fuck. I'm done with this now.
Oh my gosh!
Who let me drive today? That's what I'd like to know. Daniel!
The way that you did that so organically. You even told me that you couldn't tell me beforehand because you wanted it to be. Oh my gosh, that's so. I'm crying. That's so funny.
You're welcome. That's what I was going for. Huh. My bad. Do you want to come over here too?
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Anyway, Tony Stock. No, fuck.
No, he's a soup.
I'm sorry. I gotta go home. I'm done.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, okay. Oh my gosh.
Look
I'm
at her butt.
literally crying. Okay. All right. Well, Amber.
Yeah. So this is gonna be an interesting episode. Whoops.
Would you like to start us off?
I guess. Alright. So, today we'll be covering episodes 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Starting with of season 2 of Vanderpump Rules, in case you're new here. Daniel
Buddy,
David Mason.
that is very much not his name.
It is now in my book.
His name.
Kind of like Tony Stark, Iron Man. Call him Iron Man. Tony Stark, Iron Man, the Walmart version.
Stan's full name is Stanley P. Jones.
I like Daniel David Mason. Anyway, episode 12 of season 2.
You can't see what's happening. He's written on my notes.
Give us a minute to fix what the cat fucked up.
Okay, we're good.
Episode 12, Till Death Do Us Part, starts off with Shay, who is really named Mike.
Yeah,
Scheana's man's.
Mike Shea.
He's getting ready to propose. Finally.
Oh, there's a cat on my microphone. I just realized that whole time he was on it. Can you go there?
So,
Thank you.
I believe we start out with Pandora talking to Lisa about Shay's plans to propose and how Pandora is going to help to plan it. And
Yes.
also Stassi.
Because they're all best friends now.
Yeah. And they all work at the same place, so it's easy to get them there for a photo shoot.
Which does make sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good excuse.
Yeah. So, we'll get back to that later, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because then we cut to...
Oh, and Pandora wants to do it at Lisa's house.
Yes, of course. It's a beautiful estate.
It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So then it cuts to a less exciting, happy mood
Yeah.
at Tom and Kristen's apartment. They're back from Mexico after having the sex.
Yep.
And I'm not too sure the conversation that was taking place before this.
I never know what's happening.
But Kristen is crying again. And she's like,
Yeah.
I know what I have to do. Blah, blah, blah.
I can't
It feels like
trust
she
you.
wants a dramatic breakup. Like, you slept with him. You mended the fences. You thought you acted like things were okay.
Yeah.
And now you know what you have to do. No one knows what you have to do at this point. No one really gives a shit. Your friends have made that very clear.
Yeah. You're like, I can't trust him. I can't trust who he's texting. I always go through his phone. He says, like, she says to him that, like, she goes through his phone all the time. And he's like, okay.
Well,
Like,
there's nothing on there. We
Shouldn't that be
established
enough?
No, it's not. Ever. For her. She wants the drama. Like, I don't think she, at this point in her life, would be happy in, like, a settled down, stable relationship.
Honestly, even if Tom is lying about, like, sleeping with Ariana, at this point, it doesn't matter.
Not really.
No. Kristen literally says that she feels like Tom's bitch. If anything, Tom is hers.
Tom is absolutely her bitch.
Like, Tom is her bitch.
Down to the, like, waxed chest.
Yeah.
Just bitchy bitch. So, Tom finally has enough of this, because it's, like, so back and forth. It's got to be exhausting, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So he, at work, of course, because where else? But at least has the decency to, like, go to the back alley.
Well, he literally says in confessionals that he's having all of these personal problems at home, but he's actually trying to not keep that in the workplace.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard.
And I do feel like Tom is one of the few people who actually tries to, like,
do work things
at work and not have this. He's just dating the
100%.
absolute wrong person for that.
100%.
But he's actually, like, not a bad
We'll get into
employee.
that also a little bit later, because I have thoughts about Tom's professionalism later.
Yeah. Same. So Tom confronts Jax in the sewer alley because, of course, this all started, if you remember, with the Jax starting the rumor about Tom and Ariana hooking up in Vegas. And I'm so glad that finally someone who isn't Stassi is yelling at this asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
How has it taken this long?
I can't even be mad at Tom for yelling at him.
No.
Like, it feels like a good thing.
Well, he's the one saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
And starting this rumor. And honestly, even if it was true, Jax is supposed to be Tom's best friend.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I know, right?
True or not? So, I think Tom had it. He said, though, that Jax will do anything to seem important to other people and to seem relevant to Stassi and stay relevant in Stassi's life. And I think that's absolutely what it comes down to.
There it is.
Is like
he's gonna say anything to try and be interesting to Stassi.
Yeah,
which I don't quite understand why a 34
because we celebrate his birthday this season.
Why a 34-year-old is so obsessed with a 25-year-old.
It is the best he will ever do.
I know, but like, why is he so obsessed with her?
I can't. He's
like stalker level obsessed. It's really, there's so many creepy things about him.
I hate him so much.
Okay.
We'll get to my level of hatred later.
Yeah.
If he got hit by a train and dismembered and left there to rot, I wouldn't be sad.
I feel like there's going to be more in this episode of
all the episodes.
Like,
it's like other stuff sprinkled in with Jack's hatred.
Yeah. Like, put it this way. Amber and I
If you're a Jax fan,
who are you?
The next 2 episodes.
If you're a Jax fan, actually don't.
Skip the rest of the podcast.
If you're a Jax fan, please comment. I want to pick your brain. Why? I want to know. Like, genuinely, leave a comment telling me why.
I want to send you money for therapy.
Like, I want to know.
We will help you. Back.
Every time Jax talks in the next, like, 2 episodes that we go over, he sounds like he has a stuffy nose. And it's, like, worse than...
I think it's from a deviated septum. From the copious amounts of what I'm assuming to be cocaine. If I had to guess.
Deviated septum from cocaine?
That's the most common cause for a deviated septum. Yes.
I didn't know. Like, genuinely.
Because it like melts your cartilage or whatever. But
all right.
That's why people who do cocaine often sound very congested.
Interesting. I just sound congested because I'm allergic to everything.
Agree. Same.
I've never done any drugs other than Advil.
He has never confessed, so this is all...
This is just a theory.
Alleged. However, it's a pretty strong fan theory, and I'd say it has some weight to it.
Stassi says, I get why Tom and Jax are friends. They are both lying, cheating pieces of shit. Then why do you believe anything that Jax says? Is my question.
Yeah.
If you think that Jax is so bad, which he is, why do you believe this whole... Like, why would you believe him over, like, anyone else? Ariana, for example.
Yeah.
I don't...
No, I agree. So, then we cut to this fake setup photo shoot for Pandora's magazine with Scheana and Stassi. Mm-hmm. Because, like a good true friend, Pandora wants to make sure Scheana looks her absolute best for this engagement and the soon-to-be engagement pictures.
Which is so... Yeah.
Everyone needs a friend like that.
Agreed. Especially if she has a lot of money and a lot of things to help you look amazing.
Because, like, men don't think about those things, really. No. Even the best men. They just don't. But, like, you want fresh nails, fresh makeup, fresh hair.
Yeah, everything's gotta look good.
Because someone's going to be there taking pictures.
And, like, especially nails.
Yeah. And I really appreciate her effort into this proposal that isn't hers.
I know.
Like, does it feel like she's doing a bit more than Shay? Yeah.
Yes.
But
he's nervous, and
there.
It's really cute.
Okay.
I think it's cute. I think it was adorable how he was, like, so nervous. You have feelings, it's fine. I think it's adorable how he was so nervous. And that ring was crazy.
It's a nice ring. I'll give
It's
him that.
huge.
But she picked it.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not his, but he bought it, presumably.
He paid attention that it's the one she wanted.
Yeah. Honestly, that's all we can ask for in life. But.
And then Shay talks about his story, about how he asked Scheana to be his girlfriend using a little fake,
like a little gumball machine
ring. The first date.
So he puts this honkin' diamond in a gumball box, which I also thought was really cute.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
Like, the thought, the detail that he thought.
Yeah.
That was...
And I think it's sweet that Ariana is there, too, because Sheena's her best friend.
Yes.
So she wants to, like, help however she can and be there for the moment. So we also cut to Scheana, who has no idea what's going on, talking to Stassi. They are talking about how Kristen actually texted Ariana and said, I don't want to work with you. You're not allowed to talk to Tom. If you need a shift covered, you have to talk to a third party and then get that person to talk to Tom. Like, where are you getting this audacity? I don't understand.
I don't understand.
You're not the boss of Sir. Otherwise, you'd be making a lot more fucking money than you are right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ariana wouldn't be working there if she was the boss of Sir.
Why are we all talking about these people, like, so much? Like, there's got to be more interesting things going on in your life than what Kristen is doing.
I have to say, like, Stassi keeping her feelings about Ariana to herself during all of the proposal stuff.
What growth?
A crazy amount of
what growth.
Like, we love to see it.
Yeah, for Scheana.
Yeah.
Who she just became, like, friends with again.
Yeah, but she's like, you know what, this is a beautiful day. I wouldn't want drama on this day. I'm going to not be dramatic and crazy. I'm going to keep it as her day. Hello?
Yeah. I was really proud of her.
I'm so proud of her.
Especially, like, yeah. Given season 1 Stassi, we've come such a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stassi and Scheana have set up this. They're in this, like, gorgeous setup at Lisa's home, overlooking the Hollywood Hills, and taking fake pictures, and then Pandora goes to get something, and Stassi goes to help her, and then Shay comes down with flowers, and Scheana is pretending to be surprised. I don't think she was that surprised.
No.
Because, like, they're looking at rings and stuff. Like, you know it's coming. So when he shows up in a suit with flowers, it's like, okay.
A proposal, like, should never be a surprise. The time and the place should be the surprise.
Yeah.
Like, you should never be surprised that a proposal is coming.
No.
Like, if Chris were to say to you, will you marry me? Like, that's something that you've discussed. Probably, I assume.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be that much of a surprise.
No. But, like, if you broke up with Chris, ended up dating somebody, and 2 minutes later they were like, marry me.
Restraining order.
Right? Like, or even, like, 2 weeks later, or, like, 2 months later. Like, if you've never had that conversation.
It'd be weird.
Right?
But she doesn't seem that surprised.
It was a very adorable proposal with Ariana and Stassi
just laying in the grass watching. I love that.
Lisa in the background wearing her jeans and drinking her tea.
I like how Lisa was up on the balcony watching.
Yeah. She's adorable.
And then we cut to confessional before Shay proposes, of Lisa discussing her proposal with Ken, and she said, I was on my back with my legs in the air and I still said yes. And I feel like honestly that's how it should be. Like, not necessarily getting railed during your proposal.
But it doesn't have to be like,
it doesn't have to be elaborate.
No.
Like, you could ask me in the bathroom and I'd be like, sure.
It's kind of like in The Sims when I sometimes propose to my other sim in the bathroom and then just elope with them in the bathroom.
Yeah, I do that all the time, usually because I'm pregnant.
Fair.
Romantic.
Can't keep it in your pants.
So, after Shay's weird proposal, I don't know what my issue is with him still, but she says yes. I kind of feel like she's only with Shay because, like, he's so docile and just like her little
kind of there
sidekick, and she likes his name because she's gonna be Scheana Shay. After she says yes and they kiss and all that jazz, we cut to Scheana in confessional. I really wasn't pleased with her, I'm gonna be honest.
I have no notes about this.
She says, compared to all her other friends' relationships, she's #winning.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, this is supposed to be the happiest moment of your life.
And you're
ever.
comparing yourself to
Why
your
are you,
friends.
like, comparing yourself to your friends' relationships and saying winning? Like, it's not a competition. You're just supposed to be happy.
I know.
Like, not once in her confessional did she say, this is the best moment of my life.
I so love this man.
Can't wait to spend my life together.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just hashtag winning.
Foreshadowing? Maybe?
Maybe.
I have theories.
I don't blame you. So, then all the girls come out and they're hugging her and whatever. And Scheana announces that Stassi's going to be a bridesmaid. Presumably also Ariana. I guess that goes without saying at this point.
I'm going to be real with you. I somehow totally missed that she said she was going to be a bridesmaid until Stassi talked about it later.
Yeah.
I, didn't hear that part at all. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I was typing. I don't know.
Again, it feels like Scheana is more concerned with, like, her social circle than her engagement that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
She's
hugging the girls and stuff. Shay's kind of standing off to the side again, as he does best. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
It is very sad.
He's put all this thought into it, and he's just, aside.
He's the least important part of this moment.
Which is not how it should be at all.
No. But that's Scheana for you.
Yep.
So then we cut to either later the same day or the next day. We never really know in this show. And Stassi and Katie are talking on Katie's couch about the engagement and some tweets that Kristen has been sending out since going to her family's in, I don't remember where.
I thought you were going to say Idaho.
It could have been Idaho, actually. And Kristen tweeting how they're so perfect for each other because they're both crackheads, referring to her and Tom. Not once have I thought, man, me and Chris are just the perfect couple. We're both crackheads. What?
I don't think she means literal. Well, maybe, but I don't think she means it literally. I mean, I think she means that they're both crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with, it's not something that,
it was just so fucking weird. It was so out of pocket. It's, so irrelevant to the story, I feel, but it was just, it needed an honorable mention, because it was just, it
was weird.
A weird tweet. A weird tweet. I also don't think Tom's a crackhead. I think that's more like a Stockholm Syndrome situation than being crazy, but...
Yeah.
It's fine. So, Stassi goes over to see Tom to talk about the tweets and find out what's going on. Tom Sandoval.
Yeah.
And she's kind of pushing him. And so Tom confesses. I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Okay.
So, we find out that Tom and Ariana did make out 2 to 3 years ago at the Golden Nugget in Vegas.
In the pool.
In the pool. We also find out that Tom had told Kristen this back in Mexico.
Yes.
And been honest. And that's why they've been kind of calm,
yeah.
I guess. Because he confessed. I love that Stassi, in true Stassi fashion, says the Golden Nugget. Because, that's not even a classy hotel. Now, having seen it this past year, that's exactly where you would cheat on your partner.
Well, you don't go to, a classy establishment to be cheating on your partner.
I will say, I don't agree with cheating.
You're not, going to the Fairmont to, screw around.
No.
It's a lot of money to screw around.
Yeah. And they didn't go there with that intention. No. And I think that needs to be made clear.
And I definitely think that drinking was involved.
Drinking was definitely involved. I would be hard-pressed to find anyone who's been drunk and has not made out with someone that they regret making out with.
Not only
friend, stranger, whatever. I literally, side story, was at the Merit, the country music festival they used to do. This was before Chris. I think the year before Chris.
Okay.
Anyway, me and my friend, who shall not be named,
I know the story.
Went to this festival, and I was actually not very drunk at all, but I really had to pee, and the lineup bathrooms were very long. And one guy said, if you make out with me, you can have my spot in line. And he was number 3, and I was going to be number 25. So I did it. Because it's just, like, when you're in that kind of environment and also really have to pee, which I don't think was Tom and Ariana's situation. But when you're in an environment where everyone's drunk, everyone's partying, everyone's having a good time, like, you don't quite have the same moral compass that you might otherwise. And I don't think that making out is the same as like,
hooking up.
sex, like, insertion sex.
Yeah.
And
I think on the scale of, like, cheating, for me, like, the whatever kind of thing is, like, flirting. Whatever, everybody flirts.
yeah.
I'm going to be flirting with Haley even after I get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to deal with it. Kissing, making out, and then sex. And then the very worst type of cheating I think you can do is emotional.
Yeah. Or, like, a repeat of any.
Yeah.
Of the prior named.
Yeah.
If it's, like, an ongoing thing or there are feelings involved, it's all fucked up, but more fucked up.
Yeah. Except for flirting. I really don't think that flirting is that. As long as, like, you don't actually have the intention to do anything.
No, and sometimes, like, if that's just your personality.
Sometimes people flirt.
Like, if I'm flirting with someone else, that might be a little bit weird because I don't flirt.
No.
At all.
No.
So that'd be, like, weird, but, like.
But, like, if I'm hanging out with, like, Haley or Kirsten or Monica and I have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna stop flirting with them. Because, I mean, one, it's platonic flirting. It's completely different.
So, Stassi's mad because she's been, like, being mean to Jax this whole time. And Jax was...
Okay!
Jax is only sort of telling the truth, though, because Jax also said that they were sending nudes and they slept together and all this stuff, and that's not what happened. And that it was, like,
an ongoing affair,
yeah, and that's not what happened. Ariana confirms, like, they're drunk.
Yeah.
In Vegas. It was a mistake. It was just a weird thing that happened. Now, I'm not for cheating or lying in any, like, fashion, but given Kristen's level of crazy, I probably would have lied about it and hoped it went away.
Absolutely.
Because it didn't mean anything.
No, it's not like, I think, and in One Tree Hill, we learn about this. If you make a mistake, tell your partner right away, or else it'll blow up.
Most shows. Most shows does that happen.
I know, but it happens a lot in One Tree
Hill. It does happen a lot in One Tree Hill.
So, like, okay. And apparently Tom was saying that, and Ariana confirms this, that him and Kristen were breaking up. I actually have a big theory about this. Tom is not smart enough to lie for the sake of malice. He just wouldn't. I just don't believe that he would. He's not out to hurt people on purpose. I think, if anything, him and Kristen had a fight, because that would be totally plausible.
Par for the course here.
Yeah. She said that she was done, because clearly she said that, like, how many times in this little piece?
Like 4 times this episode, and she wasn't even in a lot of this episode.
Can't even imagine how much the rest of their relationship was.
Yeah.
She said she's done. He goes to Vegas, probably upset, with a group of friends, planned or unplanned, whatever. He's like, me and Kristen are breaking up.
He's sad.
He's sad.
Drunk.
He's drunk. He makes out with this person. He has sex with bottle service girl. Like, while I don't agree with cheating, and I don't think that there's an excuse for it, if he thinks that they're breaking up.
Honestly, this relationship is so toxic both ways.
Yeah.
That it kind of, like,
negates.
And it makes you like both of them less because of the situation.
Yeah.
One, I think I like a lot more outside of the relationship than the other. But, like, it takes, like, sometimes 2 good people can bring out the worst in each other.
Yeah.
And that's just what's happening here, I think.
I would say that Kristen's a good person, though. But I don't know her outside of the relationship.
What?
I don't know that I would say that Kristen...
That's not the one I was talking about.
Oh.
But, like, or a good person and a bad person can bring out the worst in each other.
Yeah.
Also.
You said 2 good people.
Yeah, because that's just... But, like, sometimes people that have, like, good intentions bring out the worst in each other and are toxic together. So...
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily make them both inherently toxic, like, as people.
No. So, Kristen is now back at work. Says she's fine. But she's looking more unhinged than ever. What I would like to know is why she's so mad at Ariana and directing all of her anger at Ariana. Because that's not fair. They are not friends. Ariana doesn't owe you anything.
No.
She lied to you because she probably fears for her fucking safety. And it's not,
and also,
and it's not her job to tell.
It was also years ago, and she doesn't even think it's a thing. Well, my mom and I were having this conversation, too, because my mom and I were watching it together. And she and I both agree that it is not, like, in a cheating situation, well, if you know that someone's in a relationship, you shouldn't be doing anything outside of that. But if you're not, like, close to the other half of that relationship, and you don't know what's going on, and they say, like, we're broken up or we're breaking up, it is not your duty to fact check that. And it is not, you're not in the wrong for the cheating part.
Well, and they were friends.
No.
If you tell me that you're broken up with someone, I'm not going to double check that with other people.
No.
I'm just going to assume that's fact. And this is where, this scene, so we're out in the Sir Alley, again, where all the best stuff happens. Kristen's talking to Ariana. Tom comes up. So this is going to be great. Yes. So Tom's calling Kristen's calling Ariana whore and blah, blah. You made out with my boyfriend. Ariana's like, I think your anger is directed in the wrong place. Maybe talk to your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Then Ariana says, he told me that you guys were broken up.
Yeah.
This is where I had a little bit of anger at Tom.
A lot.
Because
yes.
Tom, in what I assume was a full-on panic state, because things have been relatively calm between him and Kristen for the most part.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to, like, say anything to jeopardize that or, like, I guess make an excuse for what happened. Just says, I don't remember that. Okay, we all know that definitely happened.
Ariana wouldn't lie.
I have no doubt in my mind that Ariana...
She's not saving his ass.
...thought you guys were broken up.
No, she would not...
There's no reason for her to lie about that.
No.
You probably did think you were broken up or breaking up or on the verge of breakup, because you're always on the verge of a breakup. Whatever. You should have backed up Ariana.
Absolutely.
You should be taking the heat off her. And then he does try to, like, say, talk to me, leave Ariana alone, it's not her fault. But couldn't you take it the one step farther and be like, yeah, I did tell her that. That is what happened.
Yeah.
Because what's done is done at this point. You're already in the doghouse for it. You did it.
Yeah.
What you said doesn't really matter at this point, in my opinion.
No, what happened. It's out that it happened. And...
just be that little more bit honest.
Just be like, yes, I did say that. You could even say we just had a fight or whatever.
I get you're panicking. I get you're scared. I get you don't want to, like, make more excuses to Kristen and,
but
like,
it makes
set her off. But it does make it worse for Ariana, which is the one person that, like, shouldn't be getting the heat for this.
Yeah.
It's not, she didn't do at the time what she thought was anything wrong.
No, she didn't know any better. And, like, that sounds so, like...
But, like, if your friend is telling you, they've been good friends for years. If you say, hey, I broke up with so-and-so, I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah. Especially if, like, he was sad about it and drinking about it. You know? Yeah. Like, it would be obvious about it.
She's not going to think he's lying to her or that that's not true or whatever. She's not putting that much thought into it. It was a drunk makeout in the pool.
Yeah, and she even said that. She's like, it meant nothing.
No.
It didn't want to go any farther anyway, so...
No.
She probably was like, I'm drunk. We're gonna make out, see how things go.
When you're drunk and in your early 20s, you make out with people. That's just a thing that happens, I think.
It's just life.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, and, like, prior to...
I can't even remember the names of everyone I've kissed, so, like...
You're not like your sister who has a spreadsheet?
No.
Does she still have that?
Yeah.
Prior to all of this going on, I had written a note that said, this episode is the most I've seen any of these people work.
True.
Because prior to Kristen screaming at Ariana... there was a montage of these people working. Like, normal work.
What's the common factor here, though? Kristen wasn't there. Kristen was away at her family. So, like, who's the drama?
Also, by the way, Ariana works there. Why are you upset that she is at her job? Who gives you the right to be upset that she is happy.
I think Kristen doesn't understand what is her right.
No.
And what is not her right. I think we've established that.
I have a random note that I don't know what it was in regards to.
What does it say?
It's a quote from Stassi. We may not be rich with money, but we are rich with awesomeness. Me too, Stassi. That
I don't remember what she was talking
I don't either, but it's a good quote.
It is a good quote.
Also, can we talk about Jax for a moment? So, Jax, Stassi has said prior that she hasn't heard from Jax all weekend. It's weird. She doesn't know if he lost his phone, his phone charger.
One of the women finally killed him.
Yeah. We don't know what happened. Jax shows up at work. And Lisa says, "Where have you been? But also make me a drink, because I want a drink." And
You're gonna need one.
He goes, "I was in jail."
Like, just the, 180 of,
And he says it with this stupid shit-eating grin, too.
Yeah, okay,
like,
right?
He's proud about it.
Okay, I have that, too. I'm like, okay, so you're in jail, and he's just talking about it like it's just this fun thing he did for the weekend. What? Sir, you were in jail.
He traded his bread for toilet paper.
You didn't. So Lisa turns to Ken, who's with her, and says, "Do you buy this?" And Ken just shakes his head and says, "No." I get the impression that Ken very much hates Jax in a way Lisa does not. Lisa has a soft spot for people.
That is my biggest issue with Lisa.
Yes. I think Ken looks at the situation she has with all of these employees and, probably doesn't care for the fact that they're taking advantage of his wife. Because they're definitely doing that.
Absolutely.
And
apparently
Ken looks like he hates Jax.
As he should. Made me like Ken even more. Jax says it isn't his first time in jail, which is, not even surprising.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, you deserve prison, but you won't get time. I need him in prison
He
forever.
got 3 days.
No, prison.
Yeah.
High security. Behind
Where
bars.
you actually
for
have your
life.
bread taken.
Yeah. Behind bars for
You
life.
don't get bread.
He is the smallest man who ever lived.
Yes.
What is that face?
I don't know. I just hate him.
Me too.
He doesn't deserve Taylor. That's how much I hate him. You can't even have that song because it's a banger and you're not a banger.
And Peter just needs to be better at managing these crazy kids.
Again.
I love Peter with my whole heart.
He's a fucking terrible manager.
He's so bad. He's so bad at managing.
So, Scheana has now found out that Tom and Ariana did make out. And she's kind of hurt that Ariana didn't tell her. I have theories about why Ariana didn't tell her. 1, because it doesn't matter.
No.
2, Scheana would have to lie for Ariana.
Yes.
3, Scheana can't keep her fucking mouth shut if her life depended on it.
And Scheana would use it as ammo for the group.
She is the last person I would tell any secret to.
Yeah. And
the last.
Ariana knows that she can't keep her mouth shut. Ariana knows that if she is in a situation where she needs to use this as ammo towards someone, she will.
Yeah, because they're best friends.
Yeah.
This is not...
Ariana and Scheana are best friends despite Sheena's insanity.
Yeah. We cut to Jax again, who's now bragging to Stassi about being in jail.
Yeah.
And Stassi says in confessional, "This is karma for making really bad choices." And I said, "Yes, Stassi. That's exactly what jail is. Jail is karma for making really bad life choices.
Yes.
That's the point of it."
It sure is.
So, now we're back to Kristen, who is now talking to Stassi and Katie somehow, and is now directing her anger at them for the Tom and Ariana situation, because they're because they tell her, "Do you not think you're directing your anger in the wrong direction by going after Ariana? Because you are, and that's insane. And maybe you should talk to your boyfriend.
Yeah.
This is not a healthy relationship." And Stassi says that they both cheat on each other all the time. We haven't talked about any of Kristen's past cheating.
No.
But this is not the first or only time she's said that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I have a lot of questions.
It's honestly kind of giving Taylor Swift Harry Styles.
A little bit. Like, just...
Like, with more crazy and whatever, but, like, Taylor Swift
like,
Harry
you're both
Styles,
not
like,
taking it that seriously and doing whatever you want, but for some reason...
she's super upset about everything that he does.
But, like, with a lot more toxicity, I think.
Yeah.
Than Taylor and Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's, like, genuinely mad, but she doesn't see the wrong things that she's done.
No, it's like she has blinders on for anything that she does wrong.
So, for some reason, Tom is getting vilified on the show. But we're not talking...
I don't see him as being vilified.
No, but you have more common sense than, like...
The average
person, I feel. And I did say Tom is getting vilified, and then in brackets say mostly by Kristen, though.
Yeah.
Because she's saying how he's wrong, and he did this, and he did this, and he did this. And well, none of that is incorrect. The things he has done is very wrong to do whilst you're in a relationship with anybody.
Yeah.
He is not the only one.
No.
And I would very much like to know more about what she has done.
Agreed.
So, when even your best friends, Stassi and Katie, are saying it's both of you that are the problem here,
that shows that, like...
It's both of you.
It's a problem.
And then we cut to the last scene in the show, where Lisa, the following day, has obviously heard about the goings-on in the back alley, as usual.
Yeah.
And wants to talk to Ariana about what happened. I really appreciate Stassi going with Ariana and taking her side and backing her up, because she didn't do anything wrong.
No.
She was working. She had no intention of talking to Kristen that night. Kristen came to her, and Ariana didn't want to have this conversation at the bar in the middle of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So they went outside. But at no point was Ariana yelling back, even though Kristen was calling her a see you next Tuesday and a whore and all this
all
stuff.
of these bad things.
Wild.
I think I would have, like, just walked away. Like, not, like, I don't...
She's just, like,
I don't think I
sitting
even
there
would have,
exasperated.
like... I don't know that I would, like, be able to dignify this even with a response.
No. The thing is, she's at work, so there's only so many places you can walk to.
I feel like I'd just walk away and call and be like, sorry, Lisa, I was being harassed at work. I had to leave.
But she doesn't want to do that, because she really likes her job there. And
I understand.
so she just puts up with it again, as she does, and it's like, fucking whatever. And then that episode is over.
Episode 12
so
comes
now,
to a close. Episode 13 opens.
Yeah.
Called Bitch Slap.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, we start episode 13 off with
some very interesting
kind of a bombshell.
A new bombshell.
Not really a bombshell, because Jack's also kind of, like, allegedly sort of started this rumor, too.
Yeah.
But
he's
now confirming it?
This rumor, I believed a little bit more than any of the other rumors. Because it spread around in the background, but was very, very deliberately kept from Kristen and Stassi.
Yeah.
This rumor.
Also, this rumor doesn't take away from Jax being an asshole.
No.
Like most other rumors.
It makes him worse.
So Jax has confirmed the rumor.
The rumor
to Stassi
is now a trumor.
That he did, in fact, have sex with Kristen.
Yeah.
Twice. So according to him, the first time, and trigger warning, this gets graphic.
And I legitimately, like, when when I was hearing this, with my mother in the room, by the way, but that didn't even matter, because we were just both, like, jaw open on the floor.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I believed it from the beginning, kind of, even when it was denied.
Like, you believe it, but you don't want to believe it.
I believed it, even when it was denied, because of just, like, it was so...
Because, like...
kept in the background.
And up until this point, Kristen's been psychotic, but not horrible.
Yeah.
So according to Jax, this is how it went down in January.
I literally, okay. I don't even know if I can handle hearing it
You
again.
can't.
Keep going.
So Stassi, he's telling Stassi, him and Stassi were broken up at the time. Tom and Kristen were not broken up, and I think that needs to be remembered from here on out. They were very much together.
Tom and Kristen were not just together, but still living in each other's houses.
Yes.
Like, still existing.
So the first time, Tom was sleeping in the other room. Kristen started it by going down on Jax during Drive, a Ryan Gosling movie.
I don't know this movie.
Before I continue, how the fuck dare you be that distracted from the god that is Ryan Gosling? You pieces of shit, just for that. Anyway, so she goes down on Jax during Drive. He reciprocated by going down on her.
Yeah.
Which also doesn't seem like his style, because
No.
he's a very selfish human being, but whatever.
Yeah.
Then they had penetrative sex.
Yeah. And we all know Jax has a habit of having it unprotected as well, so.
Now, well, this is hard because I know the truth, obviously, at this point. I've watched it before.
Yeah.
But it seems like an awful lot of specific details to be untrue.
Yeah.
So Stassi is telling me all of this to the girls.
I cannot believe that they would do it in a room adjacent to the room that Tom is sleeping in.
Yeah.
Like,
it couldn't have been that good.
What?
It couldn't have been that good. Anyway, so
I mean, I can't see Jax Taylor being a good lover, but that's...
I'm shocked he reciprocated anything. Anyway, so Stassi's talking to the girls and telling them the story and kind of cracking jokes and being mad. But then she does cry.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. And I think from Jax, it's not shocking at all that he would do this.
No, she's not even mad at Jax.
And they were broken up at the time, so really he doesn't have that much of a responsibility to her at that point.
No. And he's
Even
Jax.
though he was actively trying to get back together with her.
Yeah, but
he is
Jax.
technically allowed to have sex with who he wants.
He is also Jax, and like everybody just knows he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah. She's very much hurt by Kristen.
Yes.
Who's supposed to be her best friend. And that's fucked up.
And she drops this lovely, violent thought.
Oh my god. Oh, and Kristen was encouraging Stassi to get back together with Jax at that time.
Entire time.
Would you like to share Stassi's quote?
Yeah.
About Kristen?
I would love to.
And what she'd like to do to her?
I want to wrap a dildo in acid and give it to Kristen as a present. Hey!
So that it...
My fun fact had to do with dildos.
Yes.
It's like, perfect.
Kismet. So that it tears out her insides.
Yep.
I like it.
I love her violence. I don't know why. I think it's because I relate to it.
No, I get it.
I also come up with these kind of...
Me and Stassi are like thick as thieves. She doesn't know that yet, but
yeah.
she will. We're one and the same.
That sounds so creepy. She doesn't know it yet, but
we'll
she
be
will.
besties. She went to the premiere of Wicked this weekend.
I went
dressed in emerald green, and she looked stunning.
That does not surprise me. Jewel tone colors feel like they would suit her so
They
well.
do. So now we're back in Tom and Kristen's apartment. Tom's still in his blissful ignorance. Has no idea about this.
No.
They're back to normal. Kristen doesn't know if she still has a job, so she's looking online, but she doesn't want any of them. And Tom's getting, like, kind of actively irritated, because it's like, bitch, you're not that qualified to do anything, and we have bills to pay? So you're gonna need a job?
Yeah.
And you're not, like, qualified to do anything more than, like, what you're currently doing, is the thing.
He's like, the goal is to eventually be, like, too busy with acting to quit your job, but until then...
You need a job to quit.
You need a job to quit. And I really, really appreciated the fact that, like, he is so honest while still supporting her dreams. And not being like, you need a job because you can't act. But we'll get to that.
We will get to that. Okay, so, cut to, Stassi is outside talking to Lisa. In the car. They're outside. I assume in the Sarah Alley once again.
Yeah.
Where all conversations happen. Stassi, very calmly discussing her concerns about working with Kristen. and rightfully so, because it's not like a kiss or whatever. Like, this is like a huge betrayal.
Not only just a huge betrayal, but like the harassment at work that Ariana has been receiving should have been enough to
I don't understand how Lisa can keep her.
No.
Given everything she's done to everybody there.
This is my biggest disagreement with Lisa.
This is not mine, but we will get to that.
I think that
Lisa's too soft.
She is being far too kind to Kristen. She should have fired her, honestly, like way back.
Yeah, but she's like harassing the other employees.
Like, she's making your workplace volatile and not acceptable to work in.
No.
Like, I would have quit if I was any of the other people.
Except for, don't let her push you out of a job you like. But at the same time,
I know, but if
Lisa has other restaurants.
And also, like, if the entire workplace is toxic, like, you're not gonna like your job.
No, it's really bad.
Like, that's kind of the
so,
what is it? Long and short of it. That's the term.
Yeah. So, they talk. They kind of, like, leave it at that. Lisa says, I can't really fire her because she hasn't really done anything.
But she is harassed!
I disagree, because she's literally, like, harassed. She called another employee a whore, and a see you next Tuesday.
At work.
At work. Multiple times.
That enough is fireable. That's fireable. That's a fireable offense.
Yes.
I think Lisa's not firing her because Kristen makes good TV.
Yes. At the end of the day, Lisa is a businesswoman.
Yeah.
And I think periodically throughout the 11 seasons of Vanderpump Rules, we will have to remind ourselves of that.
Yeah.
Because some of her decisions don't make sense.
But they're because they make good TV.
There's a reason she's as rich as she is. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to do unpleasant things to get there.
Yeah.
So, cut to Jax's birthday dinner with the boys.
Yeah,
the girls
boys
don't like him.
No girls allowed.
I wrote, gross, your old ass is 34. Tom Sandoval is noticeably not there because they're still in a fight. They're just all casually talking. Schwartz turns to Shay and says, hey, I'll tattoo Katie on my butt if you tattoo Scheana on yours. And Shay has a Scheana gangbang moment where he says, I would tattoo Schwartz on my butt before Scheana, his soon-to-be wife.
Very telling.
I'd like to know why.
It's very telling. Oh, they're banging, obviously.
No, Schwartz is very straight. I'll tell you that much now.
Okay.
Like, annoyingly so.
Oh, no.
He just is.
But it feels like foreshadowing. It feels like foreshadowing. I don't foresee this.
I'd be very annoyed if Chris would tattoo anyone else's name on his butt before me. I don't expect him to get my name tattooed on his butt. I also don't want that. But if you're going to get a name tattooed on your butt, it better be me.
I'd get Hosier's name tattooed on my butt.
Okay.
And my future lover is
I wish you were kidding.
To deal with that. You wish I was kidding?
Yeah.
Imagine getting a middle finger on your butt cheek.
That'd be funny.
That'd be so funny.
I wouldn't, but it'd be funny.
Okay, sorry.
So, we cut to possibly one of my favorite scenes from this character. Miss Stassi Schroeder
died.
Crashes Jax's birthday.
Looking gorgeous.
Now that he's ruined so many of hers and crashed hers and brought hoes to the pirate ship and crashed her birthday in Vegas, amazing. She does it in such a classy way, I feel.
She walks in this little black dress with her hair and her makeup to perfection. Walks in very slowly and elegantly, sits down at the table and says, can you pass me a glass of wine?
And she's very calm. She's not ruining anything.
She killed me. Jax
having the audacity to be mad at her for this actually blew my mind, but I don't know why. So, Stassi sits down, has some wine, and drops a fucking bombshell on the group about Jax and Kristen that presumably this group did not know.
Peter didn't know. Did you see Peter's reaction?
Peter finally says, what the hell are you doing? Because, sure, have your fun, sow your oats, you're young apparently in LA, like, do whatever. That is not acceptable. And Peter has morals.
Peter literally was like, Kristen has slept in my bed when they've had fights. I'm assuming he wasn't sleeping in his bed when this happened. but I don't have to sleep with anything that moves. That's what separates me from the animals. Peter!
Yeah.
An icon.
Yeah.
My
Because,
mom
like,
clapped.
Defend your friends, whatever. I get that. But, like, you need to call your friends out on their shit, too.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, sleeping with Kristen is not the same as cheating on Stassi or doing whatever with some no-name.
No.
It is, like, so bad.
So much worse.
So much worse.
You're betraying your best friend.
Yes.
Your alleged best friend.
Yes.
That you've known for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so fucked
That
up.
would be like me sleeping with Kirsten's husband.
Yeah.
Which I would never in a million years even think about doing.
Or Chris, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Horrible.
So.
And, well, your best friend was in the other room, too.
You know who noticeably doesn't look that surprised?
Tom Schwartz.
Tom Schwartz. So cut to
Shay's face, hilarious.
dumbfounded.
Just.
But he's very new to this group.
I know, but just.
Yeah.
Like,
his face says, what the fuck have I gotten myself into with these people?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I just want to live a normal life with my way too hot for me fiance.
Yeah.
No. So we cut to confessional where Tom Schwartz claims to have heard rumors, but never thought Jax would actually do that to Tom.
That's insane. He knew.
So Stassi proceeds to
I don't believe that Tom
knew.
Schwartz doesn't know anything. Like, Tom Schwartz reminds me of like a baby Jax. Like, he
also,
wants to
like,
be
if
Jax
you
when he
don't
grows up.
tell him things, he's very, like, quiet and unassuming in the background, so he probably picks a lot of it up himself.
Yeah. He's kind of stalker vibes. So,
Stassi proceeds to say, "You're gonna help me bust Kristen and get her to confess." Stassi is actually being so much more reasonable with Jax than I thought she would be, but I think at this point, nothing would surprise her with him.
No.
That's not her issue. He does what he does. He's a lowlife and everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So she says, and he's like, he doesn't want to. The least you could do at this point for anyone in this situation is that.
Yeah.
You've already fucked up the lives of everybody here. And then, Jax has the audacity to tell Stassi, "You're no angel, sweetheart." As if she deserved fucking any of this?
If a man said that to me, or a woman, or anybody said that to me, I'd castrate them. I'd figure out a way if they didn't have balls, I'd castrate them.
I'm shocked we didn't get like a classic violent Stassi quote there.
I know.
But I think she's just had enough. She has tunnel vision right now, and that vision is leading her to the demise of Kristen Doty.
Which, as she should, honestly.
Yeah. Jax finally agrees that he's going to help Stassi.
Yeah, he does.
And then we cut to Tom visiting Kristen on an acting set.
No. Editing her reel. You have no idea what's happening to you.
I thought they were on set.
No, she was they were editing her reel.
Okay.
To send out to agents.
So Tom and Kristen are editing her reel to send out to agents, apparently. So we get to see clips of her acting for the first time. For such a good fucking liar, she's a terrible actress. I'd rather watch days and days of Hallmark.
I love Hallmark movies.
Than half an hour of anything this bitch does.
Her acting reel hurt my acting school heart. Like, I've been to acting school. I have a very old, very not good reel that we did in acting school. Like, I'm not saying I'm better.
You are. Anyone is. Stan is better. Stan's a champion, though.
Stan would be the best actor. Right, Daniel? But yeah, like, I could not believe
it hurt
how
to
bad.
watch. I think that's why I didn't know what was
sex
happening,
scene?
because I think, like, it just blacked out what I could.
Yeah, the sex scene?
How have you gotten anyone to sleep with you?
It's so
That's
bad.
what it's like. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh.
So, cut to, we're at another meal that is undisclosed. I'm assuming dinner this time because it is dark.
I don't know if it's dinner or cocktails.
It would have been like drinks.
It's like cocktails.
Anyway, we're at a table. Stassi has everyone there except for Tom and Kristen.
I do feel really bad for Tom that this confrontation is coming in a group setting.
I do too. However, I think given Stassi's level of like hurt and blind rage, I don't know that she fully considered what it would be like for him.
No. Like, in reality, what her and Jax should have done for, like, with Tom is they should have pulled him aside and said,
Giving him a heads up.
hey, these are the text messages that we have for proof.
Yeah.
This is the story. This is the details. We're going to confront.
So everyone's there.
Yeah.
Going against Lisa's earlier advice.
Yeah.
To talk to Kristen privately. Stassi has decided.
Which would have been the better.
For Tom.
Yeah. I don't know that, like, Scheana needed to be there.
I don't know. I don't think it was, like, necessarily necessary. But I don't think it was undeserved either.
No. She's made everyone's life a living hell.
Yeah. And I think, like, I don't remember. Ariana wasn't there.
Ariana wasn't there. She should have been there.
She should have invited Ariana after everything Kristen has put her through.
I just think that, like, Kristen would have made a scene with Ariana before.
Yeah. So.
It was strategic. Everybody that was there was a strategically placed person.
Mm-hmm. So Katie
and Shay.
Katie's unsure what to believe because Jax lies.
Yeah.
And we all know that. And Katie's also been good friends with Kristen up until this point.
Yeah.
Stassi confronts her. She's lying. They get into it. Tom Schwartz looks very nervous because he knows. That's my theory. We're not confirmed, just to be clear. It's my theory, but I think my theory's correct, and you can't tell me otherwise. Anyway.
I don't like Tom Schwartz, so...
No. So they get into it. Kristen says, fuck you to Stassi. So Stassi hits her. Kristen says she's gonna sue Stassi. Tom says to Jax, you should have told me privately.
Agreed.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I think Stassi, I don't think anyone really has the right to criticize how Stassi handles Kristen because, like, that's their beef.
Yeah.
But
no. I don't think that Stassi should have hit Kristen.
Okay.
I don't think that that's a thing. I do not agree in the slightest.
I think...
It was also not the bitch slap I wanted to see.
No.
I wanted Tom to hit Jax.
Yeah. Well, I don't condone violence. I don't think I would have been sorry if I did it. Either.
No.
Like,
I don't think it was the right thing to do.
No,
I wouldn't have personally probably done that.
If ever there is a
I would have
time
felt bad
to smack someone, that might be it. So, I think, like, so Jax...
Kristen also said that she does not feel like she's been a bad friend.
Yeah.
Which is legitimately insane.
You've not at any point during this entire show been a good friend.
She has cried, she has screamed, she has yelled.
Where were you when Stassi needed you when Jax cheated on her?
She has made everybody...
You were on Jax's side.
Because she was screwing Jax!
Right? Like, you've not once been a good friend to any of these people.
No!
So Jax says to Tom that he had every intention of pulling him aside. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not mistaken, want to know how I know? Because I'm crazy. So, this happened in January.
Okay.
Allegedly, according to Jax. That's when him and Kristen happened the first time. Stassi's birthday is in June, and we just passed Stassi's birthday.
Yeah.
So you've had, I'm going to say, a minimum of 6 to 7 months to have told Tom. Yeah. And you didn't. So you weren't going to.
No.
You wanted to, like, just drive this in further.
If I was Ariana and I found out this information, though, I would feel so incredibly justified.
Yeah. Well, Ariana does find out, because that's the next scene.
Yes.
And she is very justified.
As she should be.
So, she just looks fucking dumbfounded. Again, probably wondering what the hell she's gotten herself into with this group of people. Because Stassi and Ariana are now starting to become friends.
Yeah.
Because Stassi thinks Kristen's a crazy person, and also
she is.
Slept with Jax.
Yeah.
And
Kristen does say that she's starting to think that Jax is a sociopath. Like, he is, but we don't want to agree with Kristen. But he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
you hate to see it when people who are crazy say real things.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. So Stassi meets with Lisa at work.
Yes.
And In an interesting turn of events, Stassi decides to just be honest before Lisa inevitably finds out from somewhere else that she did hit Kristen. Lisa's right, I guess. She does say she can't hit people. You can't hit people.
No.
She does admit that she also couldn't work with Kristen, so I really don't understand how she expects any of these people to work with Kristen.
I really don't get it.
That's not fair.
No.
And Lisa says, don't get mad, get even. But then she also says you have to apologize. And I think maybe that's where Taylor Swift, first of all, got vigilante shit from. Because we know she's a fan of the show.
Yeah.
So, she's quoting Lisa Vanderpump. Anyway.
It's also, Lisa's not the only person who said
I
that.
don't think she... It's one thing for Lisa to expect Stassi to acknowledge to her that maybe hitting Kristen was wrong. I don't think she owes Kristen anything.
No.
I don't think she should have to apologize. Maybe she shouldn't have hit her, sure. Violence is wrong.
You didn't see Amber just rolled her eyes.
But why should she have to, cave and apologize for anything?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No. I get she's trying to, salvage whatever work life they have together.
Which shouldn't exist in the first place, but...
So, Stassi says, fine, whatever. Okay. Then we cut to Tom and Kristen, who are talking at their apartment. Tom keeps talking about all the reasons he doesn't believe that this is true. But the way he's talking, it sounds more like he's trying to convince himself of all the reasons it's not true.
Yeah.
Rather than not believing it.
There's
you wouldn't sleep with him because he smells weird, or you wouldn't sleep with him because of this. None of that was you wouldn't sleep with him because you wouldn't sleep with him because you never do that to me.
Which is
should be the only reason.
A huge problem.
That should be the only reason you have to list. Then we cut to Jax arriving to work.
Right.
After Lisa has found out everything.
Yes, we do.
Lisa is still too soft, I think.
But she does rip into him.
She does. She says ultimately, where you put your dick affects my business.
Yep.
Because he is at the core of every problem here.
Yep.
Every problem, even the one that doesn't involve him.
Him and Kristen should both be fired.
Absolutely.
They shouldn't be working at SUR.
I get more why firing Jax might be trickier, because he hasn't actually done anything at work.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, when he was dating Laura Lee, they had sex at work. That should be fireable grounds.
Yes. But you can't fire him for that a year after the fact.
But he should have been...
He should have been fired then.
And when he quit, he shouldn't have been allowed to come back.
We could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble here. But alas.
Yeah.
We arrive at a beach day.
Before we get to the beach, though, the girls go get spray tanned prior to go to the beach. They go get spray tanned to go tan, which makes sense.
I did have a note about that somewhere, but I lost it.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, they go to get spray tan. It does kind of make sense, because a lot of people do base spray tan or base tanning bed before they go out into the sun.
See, to me, base tanning bed would make more sense, even though, bed is bad for you, but it would make more sense to me, because then you have a base, real tan, whereas, spray tan is literally just spray. And also, can't you not go in water for X amount of time before that?
We aren't, confirmed, though, that wasn't a day or two before.
I suppose.
It could have been. It was just, its own little scene.
It was just weird to me.
Just, something fun in the middle of all the shit.
And Christina was like, I don't need to get a spray tan, because I'm already tan.
This is why Stassi doesn't like shopping with Christina.
Yeah.
So, beach day. Yes. We learn that Tom Sandoval has been invited, because why the fuck would he not be?
Yeah.
Kristen is not. We all know that doesn't matter.
No, she will show up if she wants to.
Yeah. So, Peter is in a confessional.
I don't have a note about this yet.
Oh, Peter's in a confessional and he's talking about the situation, and he said, it's hard to explain, but Kristen sleeping with Jax is way worse than Jax sleeping with Kristen.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense to me. Because it is. Kristen betrayed two people here. Her best friend and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Jax betrayed Tom, but Jax you also kind of expect it from.
Yeah. Jax is, as I do remember this part, because Jax is a horn dog. That is Peter's words. And
I think it goes far past that, though.
It does, but like, it's you're at that level with Jax where you just kind of expect him to be a douchebag. Like, you just kind of have that as his base level of being. So, like, anything he does that is douchey or bad or stupid is not as intense as anyone else's.
No,
because his baseline is so much higher than everyone else's.
So, I do appreciate that both Peter and Tom Schwartz, I'll give him credit for this, absolutely call Jax out on his lack of remorse for any of it.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's disgusting. It's like, it's very disturbing.
Jax literally says the words, if I was sorry about it, I would have only done it once, but I did it twice. Hello?
Yeah.
Why are you not sorry about it? This is allegedly your best friend for 10 years.
Yeah, Stassi aside.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Take Stassi out of the equation.
So, Tom Sandoval shows up shockingly alone.
I was actually very shocked.
I was too. Why is he alone? Because he needs to talk to Jax without Kristen there. Because he says he doesn't have doubts.
He has doubts. He has a reasonable amount of doubt, enough to, like, want him to look.
So, him and Jax go off to the side privately, which I think is the way this should have been handled in the first place.
Agreed.
By them, at least.
Yeah.
So,
this broke my freaking heart, by the way.
I know.
Watching Tom's face as he read those text messages.
So I appreciate Jax giving him the messages to read where Kristen confirms that this happened. Allegedly, Kristen confirms that this happened.
Yeah.
He asked Jax a couple questions, and I'd like to talk about one of them.
Yeah.
He asked if they used protection, and Jax said only one of the times. Now I feel, legitimately, not exaggerating, that this should be, like, punishable by law.
Agreed.
Because cheating's cheating, whatever. Like, it's not okay, but it's whatever. But when you have sex with someone without protection and you're taking that back to your partner should reasonably be able to trust their safety with you.
Yeah.
And that's not safe. You don't know where Kristen has been. You definitely don't know where Jax has been.
Yeah.
And they're taking everything back to their partner.
When you sleep with somebody, you sleep with everyone they've slept with.
And with Jax, that's a lot.
And Jax very clearly does not like wearing condoms.
Yeah. I actually think in some states now it is, like, you're able to be charged with assault if you do that, which is good.
That is very good.
Because it's really fucked up. And even with Tom, Jax, like, says, I'm sorry, but he, like, doesn't even have the decency to pretend that he actually means it, which is, like, mind-blowing. And Tom just really has nothing left to say at that point.
I don't understand, for a man who is actually, like, continuously lying about things, how he's so flippant about this entire situation.
It's super weird because I feel like he, with Stassi, when she found out about the girl in Vegas and whatever, he pretended to be, like,
sorry
with everything. He's pretended to be sorry.
But and for some reason, this is just,
he's just not. He doesn't give a shit.
And I don't understand it.
And I don't remember who said it, but someone on the show said it, that I think Stassi, if Jax can pretend like him and Tom weren't that good of friends, then he doesn't feel like he has anything to feel wrong about.
Yeah.
So, with that, episode 13 comes to a close.
I do really think that the main difference between, like, Tom and Jax are two sides of the same coin in certain regards.
Yeah.
They both cheat. Neither of them are the best people in the world.
And I hate saying this, because as a woman, I feel like I should expect better. A little bit. But I do think that, like, cheating the way Jax cheats and situational cheating like Tom Sandoval does are very different.
Super different
stories.
And I genuinely feel like Tom's cheating is out of, like
miscommunication,
like, and drunken stupidity.
And if he was with the good relationship,
I don't think he'd cheat.
No, I don't think it'd be the same story.
No.
So
I think if he was with somebody that, like, treated him, and I hate being the person to be like, like, it feels really dickish to say, because, like, I don't think it should ever be someone else's fault for someone cheating.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Kristen doesn't help.
No, and the way Stassi And everyone kind of made it seem it's like Kristen has also cheated on him multiple other times.
Yeah. Let alone this possible Jax one.
So, like, is Tom just is Tom like a 3-time situation and Kristen cheated on him like 20? I feel like that's also all very relevant information that we're not getting.
I also just like don't feel like Tom is smart enough to have some sort of villainous master plan.
No. And the way Stassi and Katie kind of write Tom's cheating off, he was cheating on supposedly their best friend, is so telling.
Yeah. Especially Stassi, honestly. Yeah. Especially Stassi.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Whereas, like...
It sure do.
Jax's cheating is entirely out of malice and attention-seeking.
Pathological loser.
Pathological loser alert!
Wee.
But, like, Jax does seem to be the type of person who would have a villainous master plan when it comes to his cheating. Tom
I think
doesn't.
Jax is smarter than he gets credit for when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks he's just this, like, big dumb oaf.
I don't think he's that dumb. I think he plays that. If anybody's
you excuse his shit and still invite him to stuff.
If anyone's a himbo in this situation, it's Tom Sandoval.
Absolutely.
Tom Sandoval is a himbo, and I will take that to my grave.
But
at least at this point.
He's likable.
I hate that he is.
He just is, though.
I know.
And he's in a toxic situation that for some reason, like, it's just this endless circle right now.
I think my big difference between Jax and Tom is I want Tom and Kristen to be happy. Not necessarily together, but just, like, as individuals.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less if Jax was happy.
I don't want him to be happy. I actively don't want that for him.
I don't want him to win.
He doesn't deserve it.
No.
Like, he doesn't even deserve, like, I don't know, anything.
Yeah.
And with that, join us again next week for another episode of The Real House People of Reality TV.
I promise there will be more screaming about Jax.
So much more. Okay, get ready. Just raise your glasses high. This one's for you tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. You have made it to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to rate us on whatever listening service that you're currently listening on, as well as follow and hit the notification bell to make sure that you never miss an episode. Also, don't forget to tell your friends, because whether they like reality TV or never watch it, this podcast is for everyone. If you'd like to see more from us, you can follow the podcast at Real House PPL TV on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you'd like to see more from us individually, you can follow Amber at Amber's Reality, that's TEA at the end, on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow me at Trisha Masonjar, also on Instagram and TikTok. All of our links will be in the description below, and we will see you next week. Bye!